I'm Roy Johnson with Hometown Television, and this is Terry Ditslear and Mayor John Ditslear. And you know, guys, today we have to say this because people are going to be opening this thing up at 50 years from now, and they're not going to know who we are.
No, they're not. It'll be 2057. Hello, everyone, in 2057. I'm the mayor of Noblesville. It's 2007, and we just started dedicating our new city hall today. So we're very, very proud of it, and had a great ceremony, and now people are touring, and we're just very proud of our building and our city.
Terry, as the person that kind of helps keep our mayor in line when he's at home and stuff, what's a day like today mean to you?
Oh, a day like today is just a really great joy because there's been so much work that's gone into the preparation of this building, and it's really for the people that are watching right now. It's for our kids and our grandkids and our friends' kids, Roy.
Yeah.
Maybe your grandkids will be there, and it kind of brings tears to my eyes that there's just so much history that's being made today, and I think I don't know if it's 2056 or 2057. It doesn't really matter. This is just a great day for Noblesville, and we just wish you all the best that's watching right now.
Well, you moved into these offices in 2006, November actually, and dedication is January 20th, 2007. Mm-hmm. Oddly enough, the city of Noblesville was incorporated in May of 1887, which makes 2007, this is going to be 120th anniversary, 170th will be coming right up when they open this and view this stuff in 50 years from now. So
that's amazing.
Quite amazing.
Yeah, it is. The 7's 87, 2007, and now for those who are watching, 2057. We're 43,000 people at this point in time. We had a special census last year, and growing a lot. When I came to Noblesville in 1966, we're about 6,500, I think. So I've seen it in my 40 years, and certainly in the next 50 years, it'll be a much bigger city, and we hope certainly that those who are watching this at this point in time, I'm sure that you love Noblesville just as we love Noblesville in 2007. So again, keep the peace and do well by the citizens of Noblesville.
Anything else to say, Terry?
I don't think I have anything else to say except God bless everybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I think we're all very, very excited as we're about to have history here in the city of Noblesville, Indiana. Certainly, on behalf of all the city employees and all the elected officials of the city of Noblesville, we certainly want to welcome you, a nice warm welcome this beautiful day, and thank you for joining us today. This is a very, very important occasion in the city of Noblesville. And with us, I know we have several elected officials. I don't have them all written down, so those fellow elected officials, if you would, who serve, I know Westfield is here, Cicero, Lebanon, please raise your hands and let us acknowledge your service to the citizens as well. This is the official opening of the newly renovated and expanded Noblesville City Hall. Our City Hall has evolved quite a bit since its beginning in the original building on South 8th Street, and I do remember that building. The new building now houses several government offices, all under one roof. This will improve and make the ability of our accessibility to our citizens much, much better between this building and the public safety building just a block away. Our citizens have all of this in downtown Noblesville. No wonder our citizens kind of come here or public safety building and then have to go out to 146th or somewhere else. So really, it's just great. On a personal note, it's just great to be back downtown. We were here and moved out, and it's just very, very nice to be back. This building has an incredible sense of history and a place in Noblesville. The original part of this building, which is all behind me, the original south wall of the library is over here to the west. Actually, this is too. It's just covered up. But that building was designated and was a Carnegie Library, dedicated as the Noblesville Public Library in 1913. In 1987, the building was renovated and rededicated as Noblesville City Hall. Please don't forget, or let me remind you, there's a display thanks to Hamilton East Public Library and David Highway in this west display case of this building as a library from the very beginning of it. But it's been here almost 100 years in downtown Noblesville. And when it was time to expand our City Hall, we wanted to ensure certainly that the new addition gave continuity of existing architecture. We believe that we were successful in doing this, and I really do think that the designers of the original building will be proud of this building and this product. Now, obviously, a project of this scope and magnitude could not be completed without the tireless work and dedications of many individuals. I'd like to thank and recognize several people. First and foremost, we would not be here today without the leadership, the dedication, and hard work of Rusty Bodenhorn of the City of Noblesville. I brought mine just in case. Rusty, together with Steve Hamrick and Phil Passon of Meyer Najum, Jerry Little of Ermco Electric, and Brian Stone of the City of Noblesville. These men, frankly, more than anyone else, their blood, their sweat, their tears made this project successful, and I personally would like to thank them from the bottom of my heart. There were other people obviously involved, and I will name several of the key people that involved in the success of this project. Not in any particular order, Sam Mishlow and Brian Klum of Meyer Najum, Jeff Odle, Gerard Sabinsky, Ben Griffin, and Deborah Sparks of Odle McGuire Shook, Jason French and Jeff Hendricks with the city, Rick Vanderweilen and his crew of Channel Hometown 19 certainly were very much a part of this project as well. It was Jeff Perry with Poindexter, Bob Kemper and Jeff Probst with McDougall Pierce, Dan Fritch and Lester Dalton with Ermco Electric, Jeff Callender with Lehman's Mechanical, Ronnie Burris with Purdy Masonry, Mike Kuntz and Toby Phillips with Synergy, Dave Carter with the Indiana American Water Company, our street and wastewater departments for their assistance in infrastructure and road improvements around the building, and certainly our city council. Our president, Brian Ayer, will speak in a minute, and I will have introduce fellow council members. Jack Martin and Larry Stork of the Noblesville Board of Public Works and Safety, Janet Jarris, our clerk treasurer, who wrote the checks, and certainly Mike Howard and his staff for all the financial help to get this building off the ground. And today, I know White River Christian Church is volunteering to help out as you tour the building. And we thank each and everyone that had anything to do with this building. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Noblesville is an outstanding community with a lot of rich heritage and certainly a shining future. It's also a place that's very present, and it's important that we commemorate the City Hall. And in a moment, Rusty Bodenhorn will talk about the past and the present day, as we will have a time capsule over here on my left near Brian. And we're putting things from the present, and Rusty will talk about that, so the citizens in Noblesville 50 years from now will know a little bit about Noblesville in 2007. Now, after Rusty speaks, we'll have our official ribbon cutting. And then as you leave, we are presenting a family one bag of souvenirs. They're from the city, our planning department, our engineering department, the Noblesville Ledger, and the Noblesville Times. If your friends or neighbors ask you to pick one up, call us Monday, and if we have enough, we'd be happy to share those with them. I would like now to read a letter from Senator Lugar and expressing his fondness for Noblesville, which I obviously enjoyed. It's my pleasure to extend congratulations and recognition for the completion of the newly remodeled and expanded City Hall. This is a momentous occasion for the city of Noblesville and its citizens. I applaud the outstanding leadership of Noblesville for the insight to be progressive and facilities to accommodate the growth and success of one of Indiana's finest cities. I am sure you are proud of this accomplishment and confident visitors with the city will be impressed and delighted with the tour. He does then go on to talk about his visit here with the E85 energy that Hamilton County Co-ops provided, and obviously shares his regrets with him not able to be here. But again, we do appreciate Senator Lugar and what he does for all of us. Now at this time, I would like to introduce one of the women of Noblesville that we're all very, very proud of, a Noblesville native, and certainly our best state representative, Kathy Richardson.
Thank you, John. I think I'm kind of here to represent the state, to tell you how proud I am of this facility, but it's kind of hard when you are a girl that's grown up around this area, and as I've walked by this building many, many years, to not just tell you how proud I am of this facility and the city of Noblesville is probably going to be pretty hard to cover up at this point in time, because I am very excited to be a part of this. Very grateful that the mayor asked me to be included. I'm pleased to be here as we celebrate the dedication of this building that we, all of us, are so proud of. This building is a perfect reflection of the city of Noblesville. The history of this building represents our community, and the expansion and the remodeling of the facility portrays the growth of our city. We all know that one of Noblesville's greatest assets is our downtown area. Having the courthouse and City Hall within a block of each other, along with thriving retail and businesses, shows the strength of our city. And many, many other communities are very jealous of what we have, so we're very grateful. On behalf of the citizens, I'm representing all these people out here that aren't up here speaking. We want to thank all of you who have been a part of this, making this building what it is today. It's very beautiful and very functional. Mayor Ditslear, the council, and the employees who had to endure a lot of hard work to get into this building. I remember in 1992 when we moved into the Judicial Center, many nights working late to move things over from the old courthouse to the new building. So I, for one, appreciate what you all have been through too. Bringing many of the city's functions back together under one roof increases our efficiency, not only for the employees, but also for those of us who have to use City Hall and its functions. This building has seen a lot of history here at the corner of 10th and Connor, from the days of providing library services. And how many of you remember Mrs. Couch telling and reading stories to you in this library? Yep, me too. To the many council meetings that have been here held to shape the future of Noblesville. This building will continue to serve Noblesville very well. Again, congratulations to all, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. It's my honor right now to introduce the president of the council, and that would be Brian Ayer, who is behind me.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and I'd like to start out by thanking the past and current county council for helping to make this easy for us to transition and keep our city building in downtown Noblesville. The investment they made 15 years ago in the downtown community has made it very easy on us to keep our community looking good and continuing to spend money. I'd like to thank the past administration for starting this project, and the current administration for jumping on and making it actually happen. This building will do a tremendous amount to keep our downtown viable. The current council, Kathy Stretch, Lori Jackson, Alan Hines, and Terry Busby are here, and a few of them have some words to say. Mary Sue Rowland and Dale Snelling. This is a project that this council has been able to jump on and move forward with and make happen. And I know it's all a goal of ours to make that happen. The mayor and his staff and hundreds of employees helped put this thing together, and we've had a tremendous amount of community input. When we first started this about 3 years ago, we sat in meeting after meeting with different groups and organizations, with citizens that that had viable concerns and gave us a lot of good input. And that really helped make this building what it is today. And I think this building is something that this community can be proud of. It's not only a government center, it's a community building. It's a community service building, and it's owned by the community, and it makes me awful proud to walk in it, so thank you. I'd like to introduce Mr. Busby to come up and say a few words.
I would be remiss if I didn't recognize some of the people that started in what is the old City Hall or the past library. Steve Dillinger and Larry Stork and I were on the council in the old City Hall, which is now a parking lot. And Pat Logan, where's Pat? I saw her a little bit ago. There she is. You can see the hand. She was the mayor at that time, and I think her office was in a janitor's closet or something back in the corner compared to what we have today. But at that time, we knew we were starting to grow. When Steve and Larry Stork and I took office, there were 6,800 people in this community. Now we're in excess of 43,000. So you can see where we've grown. At that time, the council began to say, what can we do? How can we grow? How can we stay downtown? The library was becoming available, so we bought that at a very minimal fee, I think $1. And because it belonged to the city anyway, we found out later through a land grant. So we purchased the library for the $1. So anyway, we moved in, and we did a lot of expansion work and remodeling and things like that. And we thought, gosh, this will last us till 2025 at least. Wrong. So we've grown since that point and have moved into a beautiful new building that hopefully it will last us a little longer than the old building did. But it's been a magnificent community to work with and to represent. And I made a statement earlier in the year how, as an elected official, usually you go through the mundane things of just passing ordinances and making sure the budget balances and all that thing. And it's very rare that you get to have an earth-shattering experience and something that really changes the face of a community and the county. I've been very, very lucky, and I think the council can count themselves as part of that luck of watching 146th Street expand, which is going to change the whole complexion of the county, and watching a new city hall being built. So I think that we're very, very lucky as elected officials to be here and to help make those decisions. I want to thank everyone for coming, and thank you, Mike Howard, for all your work that you've done. And I'll continue and introduce my predecessor as president, Alan Hines. Alan?
They call it a city hall. And by virtue of that, that means it belongs to the citizens of this city. You are our landlords. You are the folks that we serve at your pleasure. And in this building, I think you'll find the service of the council and administration and the clerk treasurer's office to be as solid as these walls here. When you have a concern, they will take note. When you have something to say, we will listen. You are our landlords. You're welcome here at any time. And now, every great project needs a great quarterback. Just like Peyton Manning leading the Colts tomorrow to a great victory. Ours is Sam Michelot of Mayor Najum. And Sam, please come up here and speak to the crowd.
Not really a quarterback, but thank you for the introduction. Another proud moment for Noblesville, certainly a proud moment for everyone at Mayor Najum, and I really, really want to thank Mayor Ditslear and City Council and Rusty and for having the confidence in us as we started this process about 2.5 years ago. It seemed like a dream then to come to reality, as all of you can see, and I've heard so many wonderful comments about this wonderful building and its ability to serve the citizens of Noblesville. So we are very proud to have a part in that, and so thank you very much. I want to, the mayor mentioned our project team. I see some of them upstairs. Phil Passon, Brian Klum, Steve Hamrick, they're all up there. If you could just raise your hand. Those guys are the difference. They make the difference for our firm, and we're so proud of them, and sometimes they don't get the recognition that they deserve, so we appreciate it. Now, Mayor, can you come up? I have just a little something to give you.
Oh my
It's a Crystal Eagle in behalf of everyone at Mayor Najum commemorating today's event, and it represents the integrity that I think the city of Noblesville represents to its citizens. So, thank you very much. I'd like to introduce Jeff Odell of the Odell, McGuire, and Shook Corporation, the design firm that did this lovely building. Thank you.
Wow. It's hard to know what to say at this point. I have had the privilege of representing Odell, McGuire, and Shook Corporation at a number of dedications over the years around the state of Indiana, but I have to say that this is probably the most special moment for me because I was born in Noblesville, and I spent a good bit of my time just 2 blocks down the road on Maple Street where my grandparents lived. So to have come back to this community and lived here for 17 years and to have the opportunity to serve on the Chamber of Commerce and the Education Foundation Board and to be a part of an opportunity like this, it's hard to put into words. The mayor, his lovely wife Terry, I see here in the front row, Rusty and all his hard work, and so many people whose names I would forget if I tried to list. The amount of commitment that has been put into this project on behalf of this community is incredible as far as I'm concerned, and I am so proud to be standing here in front of all of you today and just to see this building come to fruition. And I think we have to appreciate the council and the mayor and his office and the staff for the work and time and commitment that they put into it. I want to make sure that we all recognize that our team, Odell, McGuire, and Shook's team, and Mayor Najum, and Kripe Architects, Engineers, and so many others, Mike PSI over there, I really think if you would all raise your hands, just so you can see how many people here were part of this process. They're all around the room, I know, and I think we should thank you. I'm so proud of this building. You will never know. I'm surprised I didn't get killed on a bicycle riding down the street around here over the years in my youth. But at this point, I want to dedicate the building on behalf of Odell, McGuire, and Shook to the mayor with this plaque that we are going to present, and I have it upside down. But it says, "May this seat of government serve as the foundation of the community, a symbol of growth and prosperity. City Hall expansion, City of Noblesville, dedicated this 20th day of January 2007. Thank you.
Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to introduce my partner, Administrative Officer, City of Noblesville, who will talk about the time capsule and what we're going to put in it, Rusty Bodenhorn. Rusty?
It's over. It's over. This actually began about 8 years ago that we started talking about this building. So today is the end of it. One of the items that we wanted to do as we built this building was to put a time capsule in. And when we started, we didn't really know if there was a time capsule in the old library or not. And as Mayor Najum and the construction crew started working on it and tore the walls nearly down, we were able to find out there was not a capsule in the old building. So those rumors can be laid to rest. But in this one, we want one, and we want to have a good one.
we're going to put this up right over here where Brian is standing, and this will signify in 50 years from today that they'll open this. We've tried to accumulate through requests to the public, to the schools, to all the citizens that they had ideas for this capsule to get them into us. And quite a group from the mayor's office and different individuals that came into our office helped us to pick out what needs to go in this time capsule. I think the item that stands out the most and seems to be of a lot of importance is one you'd never think about, and that is the JCPenney catalog. In that catalog, and we were able to get a new one. I don't know if we had to buy something in order to get it, I believe now. Used to, they sent them to you every year. But this catalog contains today's prices, today's clothing, today's styles, furniture, linens, everything that you can imagine, tools, everything but vehicles, I believe, and we have that on another piece. But anyways, this is one of the items that we're going to put in the capsule. We also have Janet Jaros's annual capsule report. To a lot of you, this would not mean much, but for the city of Noblesville, this means everything. This tells how we're financed. It tells what we finance. It has all the revenues that the city brings in and all the expenditures. So Janet works very hard on this every year, and we're proud to put it in the capsule. We have some information about the library, the current library. We'll have it in there. The school was good enough to send us a yearbook. We felt as though that was very appropriate. We also, I know through some of the photographs that we have, will be pictures of each elementary school that is in service today. All of this is so that in time, when this is open, people can look back and see what we were doing today. A lot of the request was, Rusty, can you put in a CD for me with pictures on it? We decided if we put CDs in here to amount to anything, we'd have to put a CD player inside the capsule. Undoubtedly, a CD will not be much in 50 years from now. We also, and I want to encourage each and every one of you, before you leave here today, for each family, we have a little gift bag that'll be over here at the reception desk. Please stop by and get one of these, because we have a card in here that is a commemorative card of what this building looks like. It's the size of a postcard. It can be used for a bookmark. On the back of it is a little bit of the history that you've heard come from individuals that have been up here speaking today, so be sure to get one of these. I think we prepared about 500 of them yesterday. It was one of the easier things that we've done here lately. I wanted to just include a few of the items that are going to go into this capsule, and we intend to seal this Monday morning, so we've not put anything in here today, but we will Monday morning before it's sealed back up, and the mosaic tile guy will be in here to help us out with that. We have a listing of all the employees that are employed by the city of Noblesville today and what their position is with the city. An interesting fact is we talk about the growth of this community. 10 years ago, when I came here, 141 employees. This week, we have 372. So we've increased with the population. We've had to increase the population of the city employees also. A lot of thanks goes to the Noblesville Ledger and the Daily Times, both. They both did a souvenir piece, and they'll be included inside the capsule. The Noblesville magazine that was issued. The history of Noblesville, again, laminated on this card. We're inserting a coaster that the mayor is going to sign. He is also putting in a couple pictures that he is intending to sign. Well, I'm not going to take up a bunch of your time, but what I am going to show you is that we have quite a capsule full here. This is 3 pages deep of items that are going to be included in the capsule. What we hope is that sometime in 2056, when this capsule is reopened, it'll probably be our grandkids that do that, but they'll be able to look back and have an idea of how we lived, what our cultures were, what we did for hobbies, what our schools looked like, how many schools were here, the population, but there's just the facts about what we're putting in here can just go on for hours and days. It's really interesting. But we appreciate you being here today, and it's in your building. We'll take good care of it and use it. Thanks again for coming.
With that, we're going to cut the ribbon, and the building will be available for tour. Mike, could you come up, council members, maybe Mayor Najum and OMS at least? I think there's room across the... Janet Jarris, our clerk treasurer.
That's the idea.
Building's open. Please feel free. We do not have a guide.